The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's special Turning a New Leaf update call with LEAFIT. We got a whole bunch of people. Right now we're just shy of 200 people on the call, and there are several logging in. So as people get comfortable, pull up a chair, grab some popcorn, grab some pen and paper. There's going to be a lot of information. We have a whole bunch of guest speakers tonight, a whole suite of people that's going to be sharing some information, some exciting information. So get comfortable, turn off the cell phone, put it on airplane mode, stop any multitasking tonight. This is probably going to be one of the most important calls for Leaf in a long time, and going to share with some information about it. So as people coming in, why don't we get some shout-outs where everyone's from. I know we got people from the UK, Australia on the call, so if you want to go ahead in there, if this is your first time attending one of our webinars, you'll notice on the right-hand side of the screen there's a control box. At the bottom of that control box is a little chat area where it says type message here. You can go ahead and type your questions in there. Right now, why don't you just type out where you're from, city and state, and as people get logged in there, thanks. Idaho's in the house, British Columbia, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, Maryland, Coeur d'Alene. Well, I imagine there's a few people from Coeur d'Alene, Massachusetts. Okay, we're just shy of a few 200. Mike, are you out there?
Mike Green is present. Mike Lucas, how you doing tonight?
Great, great. We got Frank from Virginia, Washington, D.C., Akron, Ohio from Lauren, Dave from Salt Lake City, Utah, Nashville, the All the Way group is in the house. Shelley from Florida, the Sunshine State. And there's our UK, British Columbia, Scotland, Battle Creek, Dr. Jesse. Okay, folks, if you got some team members, tonight is the call to get them on. I told you to turn off Skype. I told you to turn off Facebook, I suggested. Well, make sure they're in the house. They don't want to miss tonight. Right, Mike?
That is correct. I'll tell you guys, you've got probably another minute or two. Lawrence just got situated, so we're going to give another minute or two. We'll give you that to make a quick phone call or a quick text to people that you know that need to be on this call. This, again, as Mike was saying, this is probably the biggest announcement we've got.
This is the call.
The call. This is the call. I do believe we are recording tonight, thanks to Anna. Where's Anna from, Mike?
She's from the UK, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's been here every webinar recording for us.
Now, there's dedication. That is amazing. There's a shout-out to Anna. Thank you for doing this, Anna. That's great. I was going to try and double-team it in Camtasia and record all at the same time, and I was told I'd crash my computer if I try to do that. So thank you, Anna, very much for being here.
Alaska is in the house. Thousand Oaks, Arizona, Jim from Georgia, or Jim, Georgia. Panama, Frodo.
Oh, I've got Steve on the call that says he can't hear anything. Steve, if you can't hear anything, I can't tell you to turn your speaker up, can I?
No, I can. No,
there's Steve.
Okay, hey, everyone.
Hey, guys, as organizers, and organizers, if you lose connection, the webinar will end. So be careful, please. Don't close out nothing. It's word to the staff. Don't touch that button. Josephine from Australia, Reggie from Virginia, Jean from Nebraska, Deb from Wisconsin. Okay, Mike, we got, we blew by the 200. Folks, if you got about 30 seconds left to get your team members in here, your downline, your southline, your friends, anyone you know in Leaf, this is the call they need to be on. This is the one call they need to be on. James Wang from Australia. Hawaii. Now there's a place I want to be.
Is that Joe and Ruby? They went on vacation for 3 weeks over in
this
Hawaii.
is Eugene. Eugene from Hawaii. Oh, man. Sunshine. Warm.
Sunshine. Warm.
You don't know what that is over there, Mike.
Anything above single digits, I'd be happy right now.
Mike, I heard it was 50 degrees up in Alaska today. 51 degrees. Talk to a guy up there.
Well, we had close to 51, except a negative in front of it with wind chills last night. So, Hawaii, Seattle, Washington, go Hawks, DD. Well, Mike, you ready? We got 7 after. Give it one more minute. Maybe we're at.
I say we're ready to go. I can jump in here for a little bit. I'm sure Lawrence will chime in. Hopefully, he's got himself situated.
Daniel is -7. He must be from around me.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I just did see that Lawrence is still a panelist offline, so maybe we should stall for just another minute or two.
I got Lawrence as a panelist online.
Oh, okay. Well, you've got the organizing skills.
He's just on a phone and he's green.
Okay.
Does it say offline on your side?
On my side, yeah, it says panelist offline. But you're right, the phone is green, which would imply that he's in.
Okay.
222 online tonight, you guys. 222. That's huge.
-7 now for Daniel. He's
hey, can we do a shout out? Make sure that everybody can see my computer screen, Mike. I know I turned it on, but I just want to make sure. Let's do a little audio.
Hey guys, can we do an audio video check? Can you see Mike's startup page for the PowerPoint? Yep, all good to go. Okay, folks, awesome. We broke 220. So Mike,
26.
Here we go. Let's start the call. So,
all right.
Okay, guys, here we go.
Mike, Lawrence here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear, Lawrence. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, admins, panelists, we got a whole bunch of you. Time to mute yourself and control your own microphone, please. Control your own microphone. So, guys, we got a huge call tonight. Mike, start the show.
Thank you very much, Mike Lucas. This is Mike Green, you guys, Spokane, Washington. I will tell you that I don't know if I've ever been as excited as I am right now about what we're going to announce tonight. I will tell you, keep an open mind. When you start getting a little bit fuzzy and don't think you understand this, we're going to loop back through and make sure you do. We've got a Q&A box up. We've got Steve Hyman's on the line with us tonight. So is Mike Lucas to answer questions. I'll jump in there and answer questions as well. Lawrence is here with us. He's going to be here for the whole entire call. He's got a lot of information to share with you. I'm going to turn this over in the beginning to him, but I've got quite a few of these panelists that I want to put on the line for a short period and let them give you their take. I will tell you that this was explained back to me after I presented it. I believe it was yesterday. I was part of the text message that came back up, and the terminology was used was not a comp plan change, but a lucrative offer being made to the existing distributor base. When I say existing, I mean if you're in this program right now, that's the only reason you'd be on this call probably, is that you're part of our group. You're an associate with LEAFIT. You're going to get a heck of an offer tonight, and I'm going to go through that point by point. But I want to start by bringing our new CEO on board, co-founder, CEO of LEAFIT, Lawrence Sowell. I know you chimed in there, so I know you're with us, Lawrence. But I'm going to let him start this off. He's got some good news, he's got some better news, and he's got some great news. So, Lawrence, you want to take it from here?
I got it, Mike. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. I just want to do a sound check, make sure everybody's hearing us. Somebody just say yes in the chat box, and we'll get going here.
Hey, guys, this is Mike. We got a couple people tonight to the crowd out there. We got a couple people. I just want to give some technology hints here to. We have our lead co-founder, Steve, here is answering questions. Steve, there's going to be a ton of questions. Just click on the trash can in there once you answer their questions so you can stay up with it, because we got a lot of people tonight. So I just wanted to give you that little hint. I see you out there already helping people. So those answering questions, once you answer the question, just click on the little delete so you can stay up with the questions. Okay, Lawrence. Awesome.
Hey, Mike, before we get started, this is Mike Green again. I don't have access to the questions. I've got access to chat, but I don't have access to the question panel. Would there be
I was told you wouldn't be answering questions that the others would, but I can give it to you, sir.
Yeah, throw it in there if you could, because I know when Lawrence is...
If you lose connection, the webinar dies. Lawrence is not going to answer questions. He has an unstable web connection, he said. He was a little worried about that, so that's all.
My phone's working good, and everything's working good on the computer so far. All right, well, let's kick this off. I just want to thank everybody for making it to this call. We have a lot to go over tonight, so this may go a little bit late. And for the first time, in history, and you guys might want to mark this on your calendar. On January 23rd, 2014, everybody's going to get a visual of the new product, social network, and IT app that is in development, and is going to have a full disclosure on where we're going with this product and what this product is going to do and how it's going to change the face of social networking as we go into the future. Now, I just want to start off with some really good news. We were approved for our merchant accounts. For a few of them, actually, we had 3 approvals come in today. It's kind of ironic. We've been waiting a long time, and then we got 3 approvals in one day. So we got to pick the merchant that we wanted to go through and their go-to. And that merchant also works with Amazon and is very versed in point-of-sale systems, and is going to be very lucrative for us as we move into the future with this product. So we can't be more excited about that, and we should have the new merchant coming in first thing next week. Some more news, we're going to be bringing a new e-wallet on. It's going to be able to handle larger scale and larger growth. They're called NX Pay. That e-wallet is going to be entering here in the next 7 to 10 days as well. We're going to keep iPay out there until that one's settled, but the matrix and the credit card processing will be going through the new e-wallet that's going to be introduced. Among other news, we've been bringing on some very, very large builders. Von Tarver, our new master distributor, has been hard at work. We've been doing lots of calls, and we're talking to people that are talking some very, very, very large numbers and are really, really, really excited about the focus in our marketing and the way that that is going to change, and the new focus that this company is going to move into. The presentation that everybody's used to that took 45 minutes, it's now going to take 5 minutes, unless, of course, Michael Green's given the presentation, then it's going to take at least 15. So without further ado, what I'm going to explain to you now is the changes that are being made and the offer that is going to be given to the existing distributor base we are now calling the Elite distributor within LEAFIT Incorporated. So in the previous couple of weeks, we've had lots of information come to us, both from distributors, whether they're existing, whether they're new distributors coming on board, and some counsel as well. And what we've been receiving a lot of reports on, and the decision that we're having to make here, is that we do not feel comfortable with RevShare with its current model and its current form. We've been receiving reports, and the research that we've done and the fact-checking we've done on the internet with other companies that have been taken down and have a RevShare model points out one fact, that if you have a model where somebody can buy a product or buy anything or put money in, and they can grow that value or compound it, as they like to say, and then receive a percentage based on that, then that is considered an investment. The government does not care how you dress it up, what you make it look like. At the end of the day, that's how they see it. And if we continue with that, we're setting ourselves up to be shut down. We cannot do that. The product that we're developing is too valuable. The distributors, you guys, have put too much into this to lose it all. So therefore, what we're going to show you today is how we're going to keep RevShare alive, and how it's going to be more lucrative than what we currently have for the elite existing distributor base that we have here today. So without further ado, what I would like to do is I'm going to bring Michael Green in here. We put a PowerPoint together. Michael Green is going to walk you through this offer, and everybody that's on this call, or everybody that signs up by midnight tonight and has bought something or sold something within LEAFIT is going to partake as an elite founder with LEAFIT Incorporated. And Mike Green, are you there?
I am, Lawrence. Thank you very much. And I want to preface this. Lawrence, you got me, yes? Yes. I know you guys can hear me. I can see my microphone on. All right, I want to preface this, you guys, by saying that hats off to Steve Hyman. He's got something he wants to say here in a little bit. Lawrence Sowell, I will tell you, I've been close to the top of this organization for quite a while now. I work with Lawrence and Steve on a daily basis. I'm not a founder of the company, but it makes my palms sweat when I read the articles of all of the changes within our industry, especially as it relates to RevShare. There's a lot of things that have come out in the last 3 to 6 months that would make a person nervous if they were the owner of a business model like this. All I can tell you is what a lot of companies have done is they run into the notion that, hey, this could end up getting very, very ugly for an owner. And they've literally left the country. They've just shut programs down and walk away with everybody's money. So I'm taking my hat off to Lawrence and Steve for hanging in there, putting together this lucrative offer to every single one of us that's in this program right now. Hats off to them. And I will tell you that I'm really proud that these guys are making this offer to us. Now I kind of got ahead of myself here. We've actually got Vaughn Tarver on board, and so instead of me elaborating on what we might be talking about compliance-wise and with RevShare, I know Vaughn has had some most recent experience, but if we could get Vaughn maybe to unmute himself and maybe just say a few words, Vaughn, about what you know about regulators and the direction that they're taking towards these RevShare programs. Vaughn, are you with us?
I am, Mike. Am I coming through loud and clear?
Loud and clear. You sound great.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, I would like to say how honored and privileged I feel to be here with everybody about to hear what they're about to hear. They're going to truly be excited, probably a few sleepless nights for everyone. What it really amounts to from a regulatory issue and from the government agencies, we as a company, and I say we, everybody that's on this line tonight is affected by this, we're looking to do something very special in this industry, which we'll hear towards the end of the call with Lawrence, with this unbelievable product that we're about to bring to the world. All of us are a part of that. We don't want anything to get in the way of this. We've had many reports. We've had different people from different backgrounds look at it and say this is probably going to be one of the most powerful things that has ever been seen in this industry. And we believe that. And we've been working on it, especially Lawrence and Steve and the Mikes, for several months. With the government issues like they are, there is no reason to put this company in harm's way. And so they had to make a tough decision, and they figured out a really, really good way to actually make it better for the elite distributors. And that's what I'm interested in, because together we're going to make a big name with what we've got coming. And so with that said, we do not want to cross the borders of the agencies. We're in compliance as it sits right now. It goes any further, it's suspect. And we're not the kind of guys that want to operate in the gray area. It's either good or it's not, and that's why we've made the decisions for the betterment of all of us, so that we can be around 10 years, 20 years from now. That's what we're trying to do. With that, I'll turn it back to you, Mike.
Thank you very much, Vaughn. I appreciate the input, and the kind of information we hear from you and others and regulators or people that are close to regulators, compliance, legal counsel, everybody else, all singing from the same page. Anybody in a RevShare program, 2014 could be a really ugly year for you. We don't want to go down that path. As you said, Vaughn, there's absolutely no reason. We have a beautiful product coming to market. We have an ingenious concept of rolling this thing forward. We don't need to be, as you put it, I agree, in harm's way. So here's the offer from Steve and Lawrence. What we're going to do is establish what's called a personal sales volume value for every single associate that has either purchased advertising or sold advertising. Okay, personal sales volume. Your personal sales volume will consist of your current associate value that you have on the books through today. So 12 o'clock Eastern tonight, your associate value is going to be part of your personal sales volume. Now, we're going to add in with that all advertising sales through your qualifying levels. If you're an associate, that means all advertising sales through your first two levels. That's people you sponsored and the people right below them. Okay? The sales that they have plus your associate value, whatever level it's grown to, doesn't matter what you're qualified to, it's what it has grown to, that becomes your PSV, your personal sales volume. If you're a manager, it's 3 levels deep, senior manager 5 levels deep, and so on. Every single person that is in this program, every single person on this call that is in this program, and I'm assuming all of you are, you will have a PSV at the end of the night. And again, it will consist of your current associate value and all of your advertising sales through whatever level it is you qualify for. Again, associate manager, senior manager, senior executive. Now, as soon as we close business today, those ranks, they're gone. They have absolutely no value down the road. We're moving away from that whole entire concept, okay? But this is what's going to allow us to establish that personal sales volume for every single one of you. Your associate value plus your advertising sales through that qualified level. Now, The following LEAFIT sales will be divided between the elite founders based on their personal PSV as it relates to the overall PSV for all qualified elite founders. So prorated, if you will, for those of you that love that term, prorated against what everybody else's personal sales volume is. Now, the exciting part here is this is something that Steve and Lawrence didn't have to do. If we're moving away from rev share, you know, they could have run away from it. They didn't. They could have run away from this whole entire business model. They didn't. They're here to stand tall, stand firm, and say, no, we've got a viable product. We've got the IT app on its way. We've got a social network on its way. We're not letting go of this. We have the ability to be very, very powerful. So what they're going to do is move away from rev share and simply take this elite founders group and pay them a monthly bonus based on the following sales. And to me, this is where this gets pretty exciting. 10% of all future monthly builder package sales are going to be shared back with this elite group. The elite founders is a group of people that's not going to grow. If you're not in this program tonight with an an associate value or advertising sales, you're not going to be part of the elite founder group. This is just for the people that are in this program that have built an associate value and have advertising sales and or. Now, 10% of all future monthly builder package sales for life is pretty impressive in my opinion, and I'll break it down for you. Right now, currently, Steve and Lawrence have paid out over $3 million in sales commissions to the field. Currently, they're paying out about $15,000 a day in sales commissions. That's about $450,000 a month. Now watch this. We put 100,000 associates in this business model, and we've got people telling us they can do that. Now that this is streamlined down, in the last 2 or 3 days, as we've started to have conversations with some of the leaders, even some of the leaders that are on the inside of our business model are telling us, man, I was sitting on the edge. I was really nervous about rev share. You know, I was really afraid to go out and really blow this thing up because it just made me uncomfortable. I wasn't sure where this was going to go with regulators. They're now coming back and telling us they're ready to explode. And 100,000 associates in this business model for a $40 purchase of an advertising package as the entry into a beautiful matrix that could pay over $100,000 a month, people are going to flock to this program. 100,000 associates. The only reason I throw that out there is that puts you pretty darn close to this group of people earning what they're already earning within the current program. Of 40 or 100,000 associates in this business model at $40 a month generates $4 million in sales back to the owners. They take 10% of that $4 million, share it back with just the elite founders. Not the new people coming in, just the elite founders. That in itself is $400,000 a month. We're going to share in that based on your personal sales volume. Okay. Now, on top of that, 10% of all future distributor-based advertising sales for life. That's a whole other income stream to the company. They're going to share 10%, whether it's in your downline or somebody else's, doesn't matter. They're going to take 10% off the top and share it back with this elite group. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. The elite founders, that's you and me. That's the people that are on this call. That's the people that are in this program, not the ones that join tomorrow, next month, next year, just us. And it's a very small group of people. I'll cover that here in a second. Now, advertising sales, I'm not going to try and trick you here. I'll tell you right now that advertising sales are already off. I think one of the first questions was, hey, what's wrong with the rebate? Well, what's wrong with the rebate is we don't have any revenue. The sales have gone completely into the tank over the last 5, 6, 7 days. Ever since the end of Twice as Nice. When I say in the tank, I'm going to tell you, and I hope you guys can take this without me. I'm part of it too. In fact, they call me the vice president of sales. So $440 is what we sold in advertising yesterday. All I can tell you is that dismal advertising sales that have come in over the last, I guess it's 7, 8, 9 days now, have put us in a position where the reserves that we were holding to pay that rebate, what we would like to pay it, they're deplenished. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you that advertising sales are going to be huge because the new distributor, you're not going to have a big incentive for them to buy advertising. They're not going to build an associate value anymore. That part of our program is gone. That's what regulators don't like. So advertising, in my opinion, is going to tail off, maybe go to nothing initially, but when we blow this social network up, here's why it's going to bounce back. Is we're going to take the sales force, they're going to be in the matrix, but they're also going to have the ability to earn sales commissions, both in e-commerce through the IT app and by selling advertising, real advertising to people that really want it, not to a distributor base, but to people that are really looking to advertise. So as we blow up our social space, they're going to want to buy advertising. We'll have a part of our distributor base that will aggressively go out and sell advertising. Now, you look at the commission structure. This is without any qualifications. They qualify all 9 levels deep immediately. Every associate does, to earn 10% of all advertising they sell, 5% on the second level, and where for most of us that would be done, it's now 5% on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th level, and 10% back on the 8th and 9th level. That's huge. That is a huge incentive for people to go out and sell advertising. Again, I think the advertising sales will pop again when the social space explodes. But that's a huge income potential back to the company. And again, they're going to take 10% of those advertising sales, the distributor-based advertising sales, share 10% of that back with just the elite founders. Makes no difference whose downline they're in. It doesn't. 10% of those sales right off the top coming back to this elite founder group. Now, on top of that, 10% of all future e-commerce sales, okay, right off the top. As our social space explodes and everybody falls in love with the IT app, they're using it, e-commerce sales are made, affiliate commissions are earned by the company takes 10% of those sales and share it right back with this elite group, the elite founders. The one I'm most excited about, Lawrence says this isn't going to be the biggest. I think it's the biggest percentage, but I think what I like talking about this for is this is what I've been talking about for a whole year. When I saw this program back on January 4th of last year, this is what I saw. This is what I talked a lot about. We simply help the company build a social network, and as we do, the company is going to take corporate-sponsored advertising sales and share it back with us. Well, here's where we drew the line. Steve and Lawrence are going to take 25% of all future corporate-sponsored advertising sales and share 25% of those sales just with this elite group, the elite founders, because we were here in the beginning. Okay, rev share goes away, but these advertising sales are going to be shared back with this group. It's not going to be part of our presentation anymore. You're going to have a PSV. I'm going to have a PSV, and we're all going to share in 10% of monthly builder package sales, distributor-based advertising sales, e-commerce sales, and the corporate-sponsored advertising sales at 25%. You're in this position. It's a beautiful place to be. Now, I will tell you that 25% of the corporate-sponsored sales, another 25%, are also going to be shared back with all of the associates, new and the elite founders. Now, for us elite founders that have been in this program for a while, we've had the opportunity to develop our downlines, so we should have a distinct advantage in earning a larger portion of that 25%. So the company, Steve and Lawrence, they're sharing a total of 50% of all advertising sales that are coming in at the corporate level back with the distributor base. 25% to everybody, the elite founders and the new associates, but 25% back to just the elite founders. And I'm telling you that group of people, well, let me give you the numbers. About 1,800 people SWO on a daily basis, 1,800 associates SWO on a daily basis. When we ran the matrix commissions last month, or for the month of December that just hit here in January, 744 people earned a matrix commission, which to me says that about 1,100 associates have not sponsored anybody. That means 1,100 associates are in a position where they can't put any money in their pocket. They can't cash out anything because they haven't sponsored anybody yet. That's 1,100 people that are going to look at this program and go, you've got to be kidding me. I haven't sold any advertising. I'm going to be able to build my PSV, my personal sales volume, off of my associate value, and I am going to be put in a position to earn off of future sales for this company. It's a beautiful place to be. But I think what you're going to find is the elite founders are going to be a pool of people somewhere between that 744 and 1,800. I don't know where it's going to land, but I'll tell you, it's going to be a very small group of people that are going to share in that 10%, 10%, 10%, and 25% of future sales. Now, as we all fit into the new comp plan, and the new comp plan is very, very simple. It's a matrix, 10%, 5%, 5%, all the way down, then 10%, 10% on your 8th and 9th level. That is the compensation plan. We're all going to fit in the matrix where we fit right now, so that doesn't change. All of your personally sponsored associates are all still yours, all on your front line, so none of that changes. And the qualifications to earn this elite founder sales bonus on a monthly basis is very, very simple. All you need to do is maintain 3 paying associates, 3 people that are paying their $30 a month. 3 associates that are paying their $30. Most of us have already accomplished that. It's 3 associates that are paying their $40 every single month. And SWO. Now I'm going to let Lawrence talk about the swelling requirements because they're changing up a little bit. It's actually going to be a quicker day for us. But meet the daily swelling requirements, and then, of course, be current on your monthly advertising package as well. So it's you pay your $40 a month, find 3 other associates that are paying $40 a month, SWO every single day, whatever those current requirements are, SWO every single day, and you're going to get your piece or your PSV, your piece of those sales for life. And that's a huge deal. It takes this company and moves it away from a rev share program. What anybody will see on the surface is the fact that we've got a social network that has gone viral, a social network that people have the ability to come in and become an associate, and for $40 put in a position to make a lot of money inside of a matrix and a lot of money inside of e-commerce as they use the IT app. But that's where we're headed. We couldn't be more excited about it. I will tell you that these elite founders, again, a small group of people. Let me give you one more scenario, and I'll turn this back over to Lawrence. One of my good friends, explained this to me about a month ago, because I was excited about Nike knocking on the front door of Leaf and saying, hey, we've got $1 million. Your social space blew up, and we want to buy today $1 million worth of advertising. And Jeff said to me, you realize, Mike, that if we have, we're talking down the road now, so if we had 1 million associates in this program, that's about 50 cents a piece, because the company's going to share 50% of that revenue. And if there's 1 million associates, $1 million worth of advertising sales at the corporate level just didn't, it doesn't sound exciting anymore. But now you're going to take a much smaller number, not splitting 25% with 1 million associates. We're talking about splitting, 25% of $1 million advertising sales at the corporate level with this small group. Again, I firmly believe that that's going to land somewhere between that 744 to 1,800 people inside of this elite founder group. So I think we're positioned extremely well. As far as it comes to safety, as we roll forward with this comp plan, regulators are going to look at this comp plan and go, wow, okay, that's clean. You've got a $40 matrix. You're offering awesome value for that $40 with advertising and sales funnels and everything else. That's a solid business system. You're paying out commissions 9 levels deep on advertising sales, and those are real sales. Nobody's getting paid for what they bought. That's a cool system. They're going to leave us alone. We're not going to be one of those rev share programs. At the same time, we helped build this company. Steve and Lawrence have recognized that, and they're putting us into the limelight and say, here's a piece of our sales. We're going to offer that up to you guys as a bonus on a monthly basis. So I couldn't be happier. Now, I know Steve Hyman is on the line with us. I know he's been answering a lot of questions. Steve, if you want to chime in here, if you've got a few words, if you just want to say hi, I'd like to bring you online if I could. Steve?
Here I am. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Mike.
There is Steve Hyman.
Can you hear me? Hello?
I can.
All right. Well, that means everyone else can as well. Greetings, everyone. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you. I don't get an opportunity to speak to all of you that often. So, Mike, thanks for inviting me on. Yeah, I'll echo what you've heard a little bit before, just in my own words. Over the course of the last year, we've seen various hints of this. I mean, if you look at the history of the industry and what's happened, there's certainly been some indications that this was the trend that was coming. And really, folks, when we looked at this transition, especially over the course of the last 5 or 6 days, most urgently, the 2 premises that I came into this with that were the most important factors in carving our path forward, if you will, was that A, we have a huge success on our hands, and B, no matter what, we're here to take care of the people who got us to this point, and that's you guys. Someone, another distributor, I hope he's on the line, Ed, I hope you're here tonight, that, the offer that we have on the table really honor those who brought us to the dance. And in my heart of hearts, I feel that so strongly. We would not be here without you guys. So bottom line, we're going to take care of you. Just a couple other quick words, that this transition, I know that there's a lot of people out there with a lot of different little issues and problems with this and that of their accounts. Folks, this is going to drastically simplify a lot of things going on in your back office. So as well as some of the improvements that are coming along from a design aesthetic, there's going to be some great improvements functionality-wise and our ability to monitor and take care of you from a customer support standpoint. And so we're going to make sure we take care of each and every one of you. If it takes us, you know, a couple days, a week, 2 weeks to get caught up on any tickets or issues, don't worry about it. The bottom line is that your PSV is going to come out on the end, and that's what we're looking at the long run. Everyone's going to be in a great, great position. So like Vaughn said, man, I'm just so honored to work with Mike and Lawrence and Vaughn and Mike and all of you. It's really a privilege, and together we're going to move forward into a huge success. So thank you for being with us tonight. And Mike, back to you.
Steve, and I want to say thank you to you as well for having the fortitude to roll forward in this tumultuous environment and all, and say no, we're not giving up. We're going to put this thing together. We're going to do it right. So thank you and Lawrence both. Before I bring Lawrence back on, I just breezed through the questions, and I will tell you the biggest question out there right now is Power Founders. So let me cover that right now. Power Founders, 4 different offerings to the Power Founder. One is 25% off your advertising package for the first year. That still stands. The second one was reduced qualifications. Well, we don't have qualifications anymore, so that's not part of the Power Founder group. Number 3 is 2% of net profit, and I will tell you absolutely that still stands, shared amongst all the Power Founders. Number 4 is bring 4 Power Founders to the table. You're a Power Founder, you get your associate value increased by another 1,000. That stands true as well. Now, that being said, we are taking a Power Founder program down on February 14th. It's another one of those components to our program that we don't want any scrutiny on. So we're going to bring it down before there's 1,000. I know we said we were going to wait and leave it open forever until it hit 1,000. We just don't feel comfortable with that anymore. So, but we knew we couldn't pull the rug out from underneath you guys, because I know a lot of people are like, just tell me when it gets close, because I am going to jump in on that. Well, we're going to keep it open until February 14th. You still have the ability to go out and bring 4 Power Founders in, and although your AV is going to convert into PSV tomorrow, you will still get an increase to your PSV if you do bring 4 Power Founders into the program. So that's what's going on with the Power Founder. Now, there were 2 other questions that were very similar. Let me cover those real quick. What if I haven't sold any advertising? What do I get for my original $1,000 that I purchased, and what that has grown into? That is your associate value. Whether you've sold any advertising or not, your PSV would then be your associate value. And I want to expand on that a little bit. You guys know how I am, but I got to drive this one home. Guy buys $10,000 in advertising 6 months ago. Okay, maybe during the first summer sizzle double up program, gets all excited, invites a few people to webinars. A couple people tell him no, and he gets discouraged, and he stops inviting people to webinars. And now he has $10,000 in advertising sales that is or an associate value that has grown, and he can't sponsor anybody. Where's now he's starting to sweat just a little bit, going, am I ever going to get my initial purchase of advertising? Am I ever going to put that $10,000 back in my pocket? In the old format, if you don't sell any advertising, no, you weren't going to be able to. In this format, that $10,000 and whatever it has grown into, or that 1,000 or that 100, whatever you bought in advertising, it is going to roll into the PSV. That is part of your PSV. The purchase that you made plus what it grew to, that is your PSV, whether you sold advertising or not. If you did sell advertising, that's a huge bonus. You're going to have a bigger PSV. Your PSV, as a part of everybody's PSV, is what's going to determine the percentage of what you get paid off of this elite founder bonus on a monthly basis. So I just wanted to cover both of those. Now, Lawrence, I know you're out there. I've lost time. I don't know where we're at. Ooh, we're 41 minutes past the hour already. Lawrence, can you come back in and hit up? I know you've always got a couple of things. The floor is yours, Lawrence.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Yeah, absolutely. Well, there was a couple points, and I know Mike really likes to talk about the corporate advertising, and he kind of likes to skip over the e-commerce part a little bit, but I just want to re-emphasize on that 10% of e-commerce that's going to be going, you guys, could potentially be, I think it's going to be much larger than everything else when this thing's fully built out. Also, imagine those 9 levels in the unilevel commission structure. That's also from e-commerce, and that could be massive, especially for those of you who invite the people that use this social network first. I mean, I can imagine seeing some people that have millions of people in 9 levels of depth, and just having a little bit of e-commerce happen within millions of people I think greatly outweighs all the other means here. But we'll see. I think me and Mike have a big dinner bet on which one's going to be bigger. So we'll see how that turns out. One other thing I want to say is I just want to thank the team, Mike Green, Mike Lucas, Lon Tarver, Steve Hyman, everybody else behind the scenes, the distributors, everything that you've been through with us along this ride, the journey that we've been on. You know, it's been a long time coming, and I understand that. And, you know, everybody wants to know, what is this social network going to be all about? What is it going to do? Why is it so special? So what I have prepared here tonight is, for the first time, January 23rd, 2014 at 7:43 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, is I'm going to show you the long-tail version of what this product is going to do. Mike, I believe you are equipped with the presentation.
I am indeed. Lawrence, before we go there, could you talk a little bit about the swelling requirements? That's questions come up a couple of times as well. And I know we're talking about changing that as early as tomorrow, and how that correlates back to the actual ad placement. Thanks, bud.
Sure, absolutely. So basically, the swelling requirements is going to go from 20 a day to 10 per day. Now, as the social network rolls out, the swelling requirements might change, and the requirements might move into the social network itself. But in the meantime, instead of doing 20 sites a day, it's going to be 10 sites per day. And instead of doing 3 advanced reviews, we're going to take down the advanced review system. We don't have time to advance that system. So it's going to be view 10 sites and place 1 ad. Now, I want everybody to understand we're going to be adding a Facebook and Twitter Connect feature. I believe the Facebook feature will come first. And so you could be swelling your site and simply hit grow and share it on Facebook, and your ad's been posted. So we're going to bring the swell also to public facing. So when people visit the swell, they don't have to log in to see it. The public will actually be able to view and surf the swell from the public-facing side. The combination of adding the social connection with Facebook and Twitter and bringing the swell to the public side is going to add huge value to that product and also to the advertising within it. So that's pretty much the updates for the swell and what you're going to have to do daily, and the updates that we're bringing to the swell itself. Mike, are we ready to roll?
Yes, we are, Lawrence. Hold on. I'm just answering a few questions as you're rolling forward. You can probably hear me typing in the background. Hang on.
Yep, no problem. And I want everybody to know that what I'm about to show you is not the product that's in design. I'm going to actually see the first designs of the product tomorrow. We have this design simply to show the vision of the product and show you what we plan on doing with the product as it scales out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to show you and give you different instances of how the product is going to work, and then I'll tell you what features to expect, and I'll give you timelines of estimates of rollout of the product itself. And just a few moments here, and Mike Green will have the PowerPoint up. All right. I think everybody sees it. I see it. All right, so Mike, do you want to go ahead and just, all right, do you want to just go ahead and roll to the next slide and get right into this? Now, what I'm about to show you is, like I said, the long-tail version of this product. You know, you're going to be able to connect it with Facebook. You're going to be able to invite everybody from Facebook and also Twitter at the entry-level phase during our first version of launch. We're going to also be adding Instagram, Pinterest, and a lot of photo-based plugins to that as well. In this instance, I'm going to use Melissa Jenkins. Melissa Jenkins is logging into her account. Go ahead and log in, Mike. I think I have a few seconds lag here, guys. So, Mike, if you want to let me know when it changes on your screen and when you see her news feed, I'll go ahead and begin.
You do have a little bit of a lag time because I'm on her news feed now. Actually,
okay.
I'm beyond her news feed. Let me.
No, you don't want to go into. Don't go into Snap It yet. Just to her news feed where there's. Sorry, guys, my internet where I'm at. Okay. I'm in the midst of traveling, so I'm on the road here, and I'm using an internet connection that's probably not the best. So just tell me when just the news feed is up, Mike, and I'll go ahead and get started.
Okay, I got the news feed with Melissa Jenkins at the barbecue, and her friend Cameron playing tennis down below.
All right, excellent. So what you're looking at is an example of what the newsfeed will look like. Just imagine that here we are, Melissa Jenkins took a picture. She used a feature called Snap It, which we'll get into in a second, and she posted a picture having a barbecue with friends. Now, this is something that's pretty common. People do it on other social networks, but something very, very special happens here, and it happens in multiple ways. This newsfeed can be infiltrated, or the things that you see in your newsfeed will be stuff that's posted within this social network and within other social networks. Now, what's very special about this, and if you want to go ahead, Mike, and go to the next one, is Snap It. Snap It
Yes.
is a feature. Snap It is a feature where somebody actually takes a picture from their local camera within this social network and posts, of course, that news, that status update. Now, something special that happens here in this case is you're probably looking at it and you're seeing these different options like grow, comment, share, buy. Now, like I said, conceptually, this is the long tail version, and I'll explain what we're coming out with in launch that's going to be like this. But essentially speaking, what makes Snap It very special is you can take a picture and watch the products in that picture actually turn to real life that can be purchased. So just like you are used to tagging a person on Facebook or on Foursquare or whatever social media you use, in this case, a tag is actually going to be able to happen on a product. So in this case, Melissa tagged her barbecue and a couple other items in the picture, and as soon as she did that, an engine in the back that we're connected to through our affiliates, whether they're Amazon and multiple other affiliates, are doing an automatic quick search, finding the guaranteed lowest price on the internet for that product and making it available through that tag itself. So now her content just became commerce. What Melissa did was she monetized her data. Now, let's say that somebody bought that barbecue, or what happens? Well, what happens when somebody buys that barbecue is Melissa Jenkins is going to make a commission. And that commission is going to roll up 9 levels to the distributor base. Now, let's say that Melissa posted this picture, but she didn't tag this picture. And let's say my friend Brad went in here and tagged her barbecuer. Well, when that happens, and if somebody buys that barbecuer, then Melissa and Brad are going to split the commission on that barbecuer because even though Melissa posted it, Brad monetized it. So in that case, that's what would happen. What's really, 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 really neat about this, and this is, I think, the key element, and it's one of the key elements in the patent that we filed last week for this product, is that when you're looking at your newsfeed, you're not just looking at posts from this social network. If you have it connected to Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, whatever social networks you have it connected to, you're going to see pictures from those social networks from your friends and family over there as well. Now, let's say you're looking at your friend Joe Smith's picture that was over on Facebook, and he's got his Audi car there, and he's doing something, and you tag his Audi. It's going to send Joe Smith an invite and say, Joe, Melissa tagged your Audi. If you would like to split a commission off the sale of an Audi, click here, join for free. Now, a lot of people get a lot of invites to social networks, and those invites usually correlate to something like so-and-so sent you a message on this network, or so-and-so invited you to this network. But a message, if you can imagine receiving a message that's about something in one of your pictures that asks you if you'd like to split a commission, that's going to generate a little bit of curiosity. And it's that curiosity, that desire to check out what's going on here, that's the difference between a product going viral and not going viral. And so when you, of course, receive that message, you're going to say, absolutely, I love to split a commission on the sale of an Audi. What is this all about? So when you join, Melissa just put you on her front level, and now you're a free user, and you can make anything that sells off any of your posts or tags on one level. When you upgrade to $40 per month, you just now opened up 9 levels of commissions in a 3x9 force matrix. So that is something that's very special about the way that tagging is going to happen and the way that people take pictures. Now, Mike, if you could go ahead and roll to the next slide, I'd like to talk about the next feature within this product.
Okay, I'm on Snap It.
And just let me know when,
I'm on Snap It.
yeah,
We're going to retake picture. You already talked about that, right?
Yeah, that's you can go to the next bullet point.
Okay, grow it.
Okay, so everybody's familiar with like and share and all those things, and basically what Grow It does is Grow It combines like, share, follow, wish list. It's everything in one button. When you hit grow, you are helping grow that post and those products, That means you like it because you're helping grow it. Would Coca-Cola rather that you like them or grow them? Would Mercedes like you to like them or grow them? And grow is a very, very, very powerful term. So when you hit grow, it's not just going to grow it on this social network and it like kind of like when you like something on Facebook. But if you're connected to Pinterest or you're connected to Facebook, it's also going to grow this post over there. And if somebody clicks on that post over there on one of those other social networks and comes over here and joins, you just sign them up as well. And what I'm explaining to you is a viral, natural way to recruit people and bring people into the business and into the product without having to call them on the phone or send them an email or try to sell them on something. It's happening in a natural way. So the grow feature is very, 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 very powerful. And I'd like you, Mike, to go ahead and roll into the next one, which should be buy and wish list.
There you go. Buy it or wish it.
All right.
Buy it or wish it. We're up.
All right. So this next feature, buy it or wish it, is basically where the person is able to see the products that are tagged in that picture, and then of course save one or grow one, or buy one. Sorry. And now in the interim, buy it, wish it is not going to be that option like that. It's not going to quite look like that. The grow button will actually attach it to your tree, which I'll explain in a little bit. But the actual buy option will come off of the tag. So if you can imagine on the left-hand side of a photo, touching it with your finger and dragging it to the right, that'll actually bring the tags out of the photo. And when you click on one of those tags, it'll actually open up a little shopping area within the app itself where you can browse that item and similar items and see prices and actually purchase right from there or grow one to save it for later. So that is where social networking becomes commerce. Now, I'm just going to go into this real quick, Mike, and then we'll get back to this. In social networking, we've seen trends. We've seen what companies like MySpace did and made it popular and glamorous, and it was all about limelighting your life. And that's what social networking is. That's why people use it. It's because they're popular in their own life. They get to share whatever's on their mind. Everybody gets to see it, interact with it. It's like a world within another world that's in the internet somewhere. It's like real life, but it's all digital. And well, what I've noticed since we went to Facebook and other social networks and all these other ones popping out is you have these social networks themselves actually monetizing your content and data. But you're not getting anything out of that. Nobody's getting anything out of that. Facebook and these other companies are making hundreds of millions of dollars off of your photos, off of your content, off of your data, and they're not sharing any of that money back with you. Well, here's the big difference. We're going to show you and teach you intuitively as this product rolls out how to monetize your own data. And when something sells from it, you make money from it. How to monetize your own content, so on and so forth. So this really becomes the people's app. Because once you download this app, it's like you own it. You're part of it. Because everything you do with it is incentivized. Now, when you post something on this social network, it will, if you have it connected to Facebook and Twitter and all the other social networks you use, it'll automatically post on those too. So you only need to post in one place. But when you post here, you're able to monetize it. So when it shares on the other social networks and somebody clicks on it, it obviously brings them over here to join for free. And of course they're going to because they've never seen anything like it. The master incentive in this world, and I hate to say it, but the master incentive that everybody's looking for is, well, how can I make money doing something? Well, just imagine using a social network and making money to do it, and that's what we're showing you right here, right now. And like I said, this is the long-tail version of the product, and as we roll out, I'm going to see some designs tomorrow and next week, and as the new designs roll out and the new branding rolls out, we're going to start sharing that with you as well. Now, Mike, if you want to go ahead and go into the next bullet point there, I believe it is comment.
Yes, got you up.
All right, thank you. And so now comment's pretty self-explanatory. When you want to interact with a post, you just hit comment, you say what you have to say, and you know, the comments happen, pretty self-explanatory. You can ask them a question about a product or just say, hey, why didn't you invite me to the barbecue, so on and so forth. So, you know, comment's pretty self-explanatory. And Mike, if you want to go ahead and click the next one, those three bars on the top, just imagine touching that, it slides over, and it's going to bring you over a whole menu of items, pretty much, you know, where you receive your notifications, messages when we bring that feature on, you know, connections and friend requests, so on and so forth. Mike, just let me know that you're there because I don't see that screen yet.
We are there, yes. I've got the notifications menu up, yes.
Okay, excellent. There's something very special here, and it's going to be a long-term version of our product. And when I say that, I mean when we come out with our initial product, we come out with called, you know, version 1.0. And version 1.0, of course, in 2 weeks, there'll be version 1.1. Version 1.1 will add something like comments or you know, messages or add friends. And then version 1.2, version 1.3, and so on and so forth. Well, as we add updates every 2 to 4 weeks, eventually search is going to find its way into this. Now, this is where it gets really exciting. Those of you who have heard me present this social network that we were going to build way back in the day, it was about bringing everything together in one place. How can you bring search and advertising and social and bring it all into one space? Here's what's special about search. Imagine doing a search for a friend. Of course, you can find them, see their posts, but imagine doing a search and just, I don't want you to imagine you're a female for the guys out there, but for the females out there, imagine searching for a purse. Or if you're a guy, imagine searching for a fishing pole or a pair of shoes or something. When you search for a purse, your news feed is going to bring up a bunch of posts that where women that are your friends or your family or, you know, ones that are sharing publicly in your area, you're going to see women with purses. Whether they took a picture of their purse, whether the purse is on them while they're walking. And what's really neat about that is it's all natural. It's not Photoshop. It's not a white background. These are people with their purses on. And these are all the women with their purses. So what's special about that is like real-life shopping. Imagine going shopping in real life. You're real-life shopping off of your friend's content. And you know that when you buy whatever item you buy in that content, number one, you're getting the guaranteed lowest price. And number two, you're helping Sally or whoever it is make a commission. She's going to like you more. And I mean, I don't know any other way to put it. And what I think about, and I like to fish. I'm kind of a country guy, and I grew up in the country, and I like to go fishing. And I imagine, well, if I search for fishing pole here, you know, what would I see? I'm going to see all my friends' posts or pictures of them fishing in different areas. But I'm getting so much more than just a picture of a fishing pole. I'm seeing a fishing pole in use when somebody has a fish on. I'm finding out where people are fishing and what the fishing is like in that area. I'm actually getting news, stories around it. I'm not just seeing fishing poles. I'm able to comment and ask, like, well, what do you think of that pole? Well, what do you think of that one? I'm able to communicate with them about it, and there's no other way to do it. I mean, word of mouth and reviews, this is bringing it all into one place, simplifies. And this is going to become a very, very powerful feature. Now, all in all, this entire product that I'm showing you right now is the long-tail vision for the product. And what I want to go over real quick is just the entry level of what we're going to be rolling out with in beta here late March and as we move into April. And we're going to be coming out with all these features except the wish list feature is not going to be there. Grow It is actually going to be where you save the items. And the search feature and the connections feature right there, the friend connections, won't quite be there like that. It will begin as followers and the private messaging. Everything else that I'm showing you here will be there. I also want to add what your profile will be like. Your profile will essentially be your tree. So your tree is where everybody sees basically your activity, what you've posted, some stuff about you, you know, your picture, your avatar picture, what you've grown, what you've bought, what you've commented on. Basically, everything that you're doing within this network is what people see when they're on your tree. And obviously, as your tree grows and becomes more popular, you know, more people will start to, you know, gravitate towards your tree. And what's really special about this is that a person can become the marketer of the products in their life naturally. Now, there's a ton of affiliates out there that would look at this, and this is heaven. They would, when they see this, they're going to flock to this. And just imagine what it would take for you to go set up an Amazon account. Some of you out there probably have Amazon accounts or eBay accounts or all these affiliates. Going to set up all those affiliate accounts and figuring out how to drive traffic and how to push the product, and you're having to do it in a more direct way that's not natural and social. Well, what we're doing here is we're setting up all those affiliate accounts. We're setting up the point-of-sale system. We have the genealogy set up. We have the marketing set up. All you got to do is be social, monetize the things that are naturally in your life that you like to use and do and see and be at, and it becomes commerciable. So really, like I said earlier, this is the people's act. Everybody that has this, it's like their own business. It's like they own a piece of it. And so, you know, it couldn't be a better product than it is. The people that we've talked to about it, from the patent attorneys that are patenting this, they said that this is the most exciting, you know, patent that they've ever been able to work on. And they do patents for Apple and various other technology companies. Our merchants, our new merchant accounts, you know, they didn't even know us. We just sent them the video I'm explaining right now, and they said, yeah, we'll give you a merchant account. I mean, it happened in 10 minutes. And if I'd have known, instead of applying for a merchant account, all I had to do was send a 10-minute video over and I could get a merchant account, I would have done that a month ago, or as soon as we had this presentation together. So anyways, I just want to re-elaborate and say this is the people's app, and it's for the people. It's to help everybody. Free users benefit from it without having any out-of-pocket costs, and distributors really benefit from this. And it's all going to grow naturally and virally without you having to try to sell anything. And with that, Mike, I'm going to conclude the presentation. I'm excited. I don't know if you can hear how excited I am right now. Every time I talk about this, I get more and more excited. And now I just want to say one more thing. If you wonder, well, LEAFIT is the name. Why is the name LEAFIT? The tag, when you create a tag, you're creating a leaf. And when you create that leaf, you can create that leaf on a post you did or on a post somebody else did. And it can be on this social network or be streaming in from another social network. And that's what LEAFIT is tagging the content in your life. And Mike, I'm going to send it back to you before I get any more excited.
All right, Lawrence, take a deep breath. I'm going to hit a couple of Q&As that have come up and a strong suggestion, recommendation. And I think we'll probably have to discuss this at a higher level. But this question came up just recently, and it's come up tonight as well. If you're in a position right now, you haven't sold any advertising, and for whatever reason you've stored up money in your rebate balance, in hopes that, yes, you are going to go sell some advertising. As soon as you do, you'll have a rebate balance there, and you'll be able to tag that and ship yourself some money. I will tell you that you need to, tonight, go apply that to your, you need to go use that purchase advertising and apply it to your AV, because that AV is then going to be converted into your PSV. If you haven't sold any advertising, you're not in a position to be able to withdraw. So that money sitting in your ad rebate balance is going to do you absolutely no good. What is going to do you good is to have a larger PSV when this bonus starts rolling out. So my recommendation, and now whatever you got, the other question was, well, what about sales commissions? Well, if you want to cash those out, absolutely. All of those cash outs that are being cycled through iPayout, of course, you're going to be honored. Steve and Lawrence are paying everybody. It's through iPayout. We all know that's running a little bit slow, a little bit behind. We've given the reasons for that over the last month and a half. That still stands. It's still a challenge, but everyone's going to get paid. If you have sales commissions, you have two options tonight. If you have something sitting in your advertising sales, either cash it out if you want, or build your AV. Come tonight at midnight, that AV is going to convert into PSV. And especially for those of you that have not put yourself in a position, or you are in a position where you can't cash out anymore because you've already cashed out everything you've sold. And I think for those that, that I'm talking to, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you've got money sitting in your ad rebate or in your sales commissions and it's stuck there because you've cashed out more than you sold, my recommendation, it's not doing you any good there. You're still not going to be able to cash it out even after the change at midnight. Go build your AV. Go build your AV. That rolls into a larger PSV, and that PSV is going to stay with you for life. What else do we need to cover? Lawrence, I want to say there was a couple of questions. What's that, Lawrence?
Mike, I just like to ask a quick question and get some feedback from everybody out there that just saw this presentation. I just want to know from everybody, was this everything you guys were expecting and more? And just feel free to chat that in. I'd just like to kind of feel it out. I'm very, very happy with this, and I just kind of want to feel it out. So other than that, we can roll into some questions. I'd just like you guys to give us some feedback, if you would, on the product. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay. I think that's the biggest one so far. I'll read some of these questions as they come through. I'm getting responses. Yes, looks incredible. Thanks, Eugene. Very excited here in Florida. Thanks, Henry. Yes, love it. Thanks, Ernie. Donnie, now you guys are going too fast. This is very exciting. It's a lot more lucrative. Thank you. Sarosh, Donnie Collins. Nikki says, I love it. I love Lawrence. Are you married? No, I'm kidding. Nikki didn't really say that. She just said, I love it. Lawrence, nice simplification.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, Mike.
Two big questions is the AV, the cutoff for the AV. And some people are thinking that they have to have the 3 by a certain time limit. So if you can handle the time limit for the 3, and also the people who just bought the Builder's Package, there's a lot of people who just bought the Builder's Package, but they got $40 AV. So will they be qualified for the Elite Founders?
Yes. That AV, let's start with that part. That AV converts to PSV. Anything you've got in AV converts to PSV. Here's the maintenance that you guys will need to do it, and we'll let this roll over a little bit because we don't want to leave anybody hanging on this. That's why I say we'll talk about this at a higher level. But go make sure that I mean, if you don't have the ability to withdraw, there's absolutely no reason to have money sitting in your rebate balance or in your sales commissions balance or in your matrix balance if you can't withdraw. Actually, I take that back. Your matrix commissions, you can't. Of course, you can withdraw that. But anything you have sitting there, you want to build your PSV. You want that PSV to be as high as you can. That's the number that's going to stay with you for life. So if you can't cash out, go do that. If it's sitting in your rebate balance, I heard someone today say they had $1,600 sitting in their rebate balance because they were getting, as soon as they sponsored somebody, they're going to hit the cash out button. Well, now you're not going to be able to do that. So go take that, build your associate value. That's what's going to turn into your PSV. The timing on getting 3 people, there's no, you're not going to get kicked out of this program. You're an elite founder forever. The qualifications are very, very simple. Pay your $40 a month. If you want your bonus this month, pay your $40 this month. Make sure you've got 3 associates, 3 that are paying $40 a month. Make sure you SWOT this month. As Lawrence said earlier, if you miss a day or 2 or 5, then, if you miss 7 days, well, you're only going to get 23/30ths.
And Mike, I would stress the 3. I'd tell everyone to get 4 because if someone stops paying one time, you don't want to miss out. So get 4.
Well, Mike, I've always had a hard time managing to the minimums. That's always driven me nuts. And go find 20. Go find 200.
Right, exactly.
We roll out media buys and show you guys how easy it is to get app installs. Let the company, advertising campaign and push campaigns, push those people into becoming associates for you. There's going to be all kinds of ways to build the number of associates you have here. Stop looking at the minimums and realize, maximize this out. We're selling a $40 program that puts people in a position to earn $100,000 a month. What if you missed that mark? What if it turned out to be only $100,000 a year? Oh, darn. What if it ended up only being, $10,000 a year? Oh, darn. For $40 a month, are you kidding me? Go get as many people into this program as you can. Don't, try not to be one of those that manages the minimums. Push over to the top. Realize that we're not trying to talk you into going out and selling advertising at $5,000 and $10,000 a pop. Go out and get people to understand that they can make a lot of money in this program for a $40 a month associate advertising package payment. So again, to answer the bottom line question, you do not have a cutoff date. If you want to get paid in the month of February, this bonus, by the end of February, by February 24th actually is the cutoff date. By February 24th, you'll want to make sure that you're current on your $40 builder package or advertising package. You'll want to make sure that you SWOT as many days as possible because you're going to get a bigger piece of it for doing that. And you're going to want to make sure that you have 3 people, 3 associates inside of this program, 3 people paying $40 a month. Did that answer that, Mike?
I think it did.
My answers are always so long, sometimes I can't remember what the question was.
Exactly. I just want to throw in one key point here. I said it earlier, and I think I said it earlier. I've said it so many times, guys. We've been doing calls on the hour, every hour with our leaders the last 2.5 days. But this presentation is really going to simplify. I mean, it's going to be easy. It's going to be a 5-minute preson unless, of course, Mike Green's given that presentation, then it might be 15 or 20.
Nothing is 5 minutes with Mike. Nothing.
I love you guys too. Thanks very much. Go ahead, Lawrence.
The 30-second prayer turned into 5 minutes.
But anyway, guys, I'm really excited. I think that the offer that was shown here is going to very, very much exceed what the potential was before. As Mike mentioned, it's an elite group now. And that elite group, as he stated, Steve and I put an offer out there, and that elite group is going to share for life as long as they're qualified, with what we produce. And if you've seen the product that I just showed right there, that product's going to take this company over the top. We could see the first network marketing company with tens of millions of people in it. And I know there's some big companies out there that have 6 million people, that have 4 million people, that have been around for 30 or 40 years. But this is going to go viral. This could have potentially hundreds of millions or a billion users and tens of millions of distributors. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that we were able to present this tonight because I know everybody's been very, very, very patient and waiting to see it and hear about it. And I mean, I've seen it on Facebook. Everybody keeps sending me messages. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I see their status updates. I'm probably friends with half the distributors right now, and I just see it all over the internet, people talking about the excitement. So I can't tell you how excited I was to finally be able to present this to you guys. And, you know, the main reason we waited was because we had to make sure we had the patent filed, and then we were, you know, we're off to the races now. So, you know, is there any questions pertaining to any of this that you think I could answer, Mike, before we adjourn here?
Lawrence, all you're getting is kudos. You've got Bob from the All the Way Club saying thank you for caring about us by making the comp plan exceptional for us. Lawrence, you really do want everyone to share in this opportunity. Bob, I don't think I could put that any better. It almost send chills up my spine. You know, a lot of owners of companies would kind of turn a blind eye to it, and Steve and Lawrence worked extremely hard putting this offer together, and I couldn't be happier and more proud of these guys for standing tall and taking care of the people that launched this company, that got this company off the ground. Brett says, I am really impressed and feel much more comfortable about the future of this company. Thank you. Again, those are the kind of comments that I just read those, and you know, how many of us have been sitting around going, man, I'm nervous. I don't want to say it out loud, but I'm kind of nervous. We look a little bit like some of those companies that aren't around anymore, and we got this red share thing, and my friends are telling me I'm in one of those deals that's going to explode one day. Guys, when Lawrence says, think about what that means to you people that are on the phone right now that are elite founders. When you start to comprehend this and realize that this could go to 1 million to 10 million associates, and what kind of income stream this company is going to make from that associate base, it's huge. And 10% of all associate fees coming back to us. And you got 10 million associates. That's $400 million, 10% out. Some have $40 million a month. That's just ridiculous, you guys. The position that we're all in. I couldn't be more excited. I don't want to embellish and say, oh, we're going to go to 10 million. I'm just going to tell you that that's the possibility that we're headed here with, as simple as we've made this comp plan. And put it in a light that regulators are going to have to turn a blind eye to it. I don't see what else they can do. We're too clean with the way that we're doing this. So thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, Steve. As far as any other questions, Mike, I don't know. Have you run across any here that need to be covered globally?
Yeah, there's several. We're behind on the question, actually.
Well, I know we're not going to read every single one of these questions. I've been answering a lot of these to public so everybody can see the response.
No, there's several unique ones that probably should be addressed. One of them is I have people who want to put in advertising that joined today. They're processing, maybe it's in transit, we'll say. Will they still get credit for their PSV?
As long as the funds are in transit. If we're talking about wire, as long as the funds, just like we do the end of any one of the promotions we've had in the past. If the wire went out today, it is going to be credited, yes. It will affect AV.
As long as it's stamped. So if someone wants to purchase additional advertising tomorrow to increase their PSV, that will not count. Is that correct? That
will not count, no.
Okay. Another question is, should I pay for my builder's package tonight to increase my AV?
This was an excellent question. I love you guys that are always thinking on your toes. I hadn't thought about this one. If you have a bunch of money sitting in your ad rebate, okay, pay your builder package in advance. Go for it. I'll keep you.
Or if you want to increase your PSV right now for the next 2 hours, is the chance to do that.
Right. But what they're saying, Mike, is do I spend the $40 on my AV, or do I just pay my builder package, which gives me an additional $40 in my AV?
Right.
So go pay in advance your builder package. That's a great way to look at that. But I think the answer is pretty obvious.
Just to chime in there for a second, Mike Lucas, you just said something. There's people out there that have money sitting there that they could probably, this is the last opportunity to increase, that number, because that number goes static. Unless you bring in 4 power founders by February 14th, your PSV is static after tonight. So whatever that number is in sales volume combined with your associate value, that's not going to grow anymore. So if you have anything sitting around, now is the last time or the last opportunity you have to increase that before it goes static. So I would definitely take advantage of that.
Right, and just to reiterate, guys, I know I don't even want to repeat the question. There is no timeline on when you need to see the 3. I keep seeing that over and over again. So there's just some clarity on that, Mike. As long as they get 3 that month and do the swowing and meet the other requirements, they're qualified for that particular month with a minimum of 3 front line in the matrix, correct?
That is correct.
That they personally sponsored.
That is correct. Guys, let me reiterate this one more time. There's over 1,100 people. The way I do the math, 744 made a matrix commission. It paid in January for the month of December, 744. About 1,850 are swollen every day, which means you do the simple math is 1,100 people that have not sponsored anybody because they're not earning, or otherwise they'd be earning a matrix commission if they had. That's 1,100 people in your downline and my downline and the whole company downline that's probably just a little bit frustrated because they haven't been able to, land their first sale yet. All that pressure's off now. The guy that bought $5,000 in advertising or $500 in advertising hasn't sponsored anybody. They should be able to take a deep sigh of relief. And if I keep saying when this company does what Lawrence's vision is and going all the way to the top, that PSV that's going to be with them for the rest of their life has tremendous value. And all they need to do is spend their $40 a month, swow every day or whatever the daily requirements turn into. Down the road, I'm sure they'll change, whatever. Do whatever the company tells you to do. But then it's just 3 people that are in as associates, 3 people spending $40 a month. No requirement for a $5,000 advertising sale by those people, just 3 people spending $40 a month, and you're going to earn your bonus this month. That's it. Go establish, like Mike said, don't find 3, find 4. I say find 4D. Find 40 and never worry about it again. Just pay your 40, prepay your 40, and go to Maui.
Mike, Lawrence, there's a good question here. I've never seen this one. So this is, someone has made a cash out request. And I know we're in a little lag area here. They're asking, can they cancel the cash out request and put that toward PSV?
Yes.
Process
Steve,
there. I don't know that one. So.
Steve, you're on the line. Steve processes a lot of this. Steve, is there a way to do that if people would like to do that?
Absolutely, we can do that. Just open a ticket. Again, as I had said before, we'll process all the tickets in the system. It might take us a little while to catch up, but if you have that request, let us know as soon as possible, and we'll go in and line item that one out, and then we'll have to make a specific adjustment to your AV, or if it's in the next couple of days, probably would be just directly to your PSV, because that translation will be happening tonight at midnight. So
the guys who earn a rebate tonight, cash out the 20%, they will be able to apply that toward growing their PSV. Is that correct?
Lawrence, you want to answer that one?
I thought that was for Mike Green. This is what happens when there's too many of us on the phone.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was reading questions too.
Mike handles the rebate.
Mike Lucas, let's be very clear. Anything that is sitting in someone's advertising balance, inside their sales balance, inside their matrix balance, if they make a purchase tonight before midnight Eastern, that's going to go to their associate value. They got to apply it. Remember, you buy it and then apply it.
They're asking
you're not allocated.
Tonight a rebate will happen, and people will have their last rebate.
The rebate? No, Mike. The rebate? No. We've paid the last rebate. So maybe that's the confusion. Maybe that's why I didn't understand the question. There is no rebate tonight.
There is no rebate tonight. Got it. Okay. That was That's.
As of midnight tonight, you guys, the associate value that you have is going to be converted into PSV. I'm excited to hear what Steve just said. If you guys have stuff backed up and you see the value of this PSV growth and you want to open a support ticket and snag some of that back to build your PSV, I think we're going to have to wait until the dust settles all the way to February 14th, because some of you are going to go out and continue to sell the Power Founder. I've had a couple people I've talked to today that said they're very aggressively out promoting the Power Founder position because they want their $1,000 credit. That $1,000 credit is also going to be credited back to their PSV. So the only thing I'm concerned about, you guys, is we've only got 200 people on this call, 240 right now. There's another 1,600 that we got to get the message out to. So again, I think we're going to have a clear picture of what everybody's PSV looks, like probably closer to February, the middle of February. So take what's in your.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I thought you were done there. Maybe my phone's having lag now. But anyways, I just wanted to elaborate on one thing, and that is this elite offering here and this presentation tonight was just for the elite founders. Anybody that may have recorded their screen or anything like that, nobody's to publish this. This is behind the scenes. This is only for those that have been with us until midnight tonight. Those elite founders. So this information is not to be shared with anybody that's new coming into the business. So anybody that recorded this, and because of the product presentation, please make sure and just edit out just the product presentation portion of this, because this is not for the public. This was just for our existing distributor base and those of you who are on the call with us tonight. So I just want to make sure and get that point across, Mike, before people start dropping off.
And that is very sensitive, Lawrence. You're absolutely right. You guys, the conversation we're having right now, this is for us. You're part of an elite group now. And they'll be. I look at a convention next year that we're all at, and you got 5, 10, 15,000 people at this huge convention, and we're all walking around in gold jackets. And people are going to say, well, why are those guys in gold jackets? And you're going to say, oh, that's something about the elite founders or something. I don't know. They all have a golden ticket. I don't know. Those were the guys that started the company. That's us, you guys. We're not going to talk about this on a webinar, on a presentation. It's not going to be an open forum for learning what's happening with the elite founders. What we're going to talk about on every single opportunity webinar from this point forward is all about the IT app, all about e-commerce, all about a matrix. That's it. That's all we're going to be talking about. So, yeah, we're not going to go publish this out to the masses because we don't want their feelings to be hurt, but this is for us. So we're going to protect that. What else? We've had you guys on the phone a long time. We still got 237 people on the call. Mike, did you have anything else that is coming in gross? I've lost the ability to read and talk at the same time. I think maybe we lost Mike.
Ad balance? No, there's a whole bunch of unique questions here. I'm just trying to answer them, but I don't have a lot of
ad balance
specific
is ad balance. You're still going to be able to use your ad balance to advertise websites inside of the SWO. That's not going to convert into AV, no.
When people SWO, will that ad balance grow? Just the advertising balance?
Yes, just like it always has. Yes.
So the SWO is here to SWO.
Yes.
Can still people join in the next, hour and a half and become an elite founder if they have someone that wants to join? Will they still become an elite founder if they join in the next 90 plus minutes?
Midnight Eastern time is the cutoff.
Yes. So guys, you have 90 minutes, then it ends. That's pretty Eastern time zone, guys. It's not PST.
30 minutes. 30 minutes.
That's in 35 minutes.
Okay, 30 minutes. Yeah, 35 minutes. I'm sorry. So, yeah, that's pretty much. A lot of people are asking about the payouts and the commissions that will still be paid out over the next period of time here as you guys get caught up, correct? There's quite a few.
That will. And yes, and Mike Green, can you put the slide back up that shows the percentages that the elite founders get while we're answering questions here?
That's not what I was looking for. This, hold on a second, let me clear some of this stuff out of my way.
Okay.
So this one or the actual break? What's that,
yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. So anyways, Mike Lucas, more questions? And guys, we want to be here, as long as we need to be here to make sure we get all the questions answered. So those of you who want to have your questions answered that, don't need to go, we're going to stick it out here and just keep answering your questions. Those of you who are tired of hearing us talk, feel free to take off at any time. But other than that, Mike and I and Steve, we're going to stick around and make sure we get through all these questions and make sure everybody understands everything clearly.
Okay. Most of these are just repeat. Maybe folks were stepped away. Someone said there's a 24th of February cutoff. What does that imply, the 24th? That was the Power Founders. Mike, you want to reiterate?
Okay, let's do those two dates again. Here's our bonus window. Tomorrow's the 24th. It's the first day of this new bonus structure. Okay, 24th to the 23rd will actually be. I mean, tomorrow's the 24th, so 30-day calendar. It'll be the day prior, so it'll be run through February 23rd. So January 24th to February 23rd, that's the cutoff. Okay.
For what?
So, well, if you're going to qualify for the bonus for the month of February, it needs to be done by February 23rd. 23rd will be the cutoff date for qualifying for that pay period. Pay period will run from the 24th of this month to the 23rd of next month, and that will stay static. The date's not going to move. Does that make sense, Mike?
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
And William is asking, what is the incentive payout for people signing up in the future? William, I would. That's the whole yeah.
Here, guys. This is a huge shift. So I kind of understand. I've had that question a few times today, William. So what we've been on track doing, most of us have. Some of us went out and built a matrix already, so this isn't that big of a shift. For others, we've been on the track of going out and finding people that will buy massive amounts of advertising, selling the fact that will build a huge associate value that will have great, tremendous rev share, capabilities down the road. That side of the business is gone. There is no huge incentive for you to go out and sell $5,000 to another distributor. All they're going to get is advertising. And not that that's a bad thing. Down the road, that's going to be a good thing for someone that actually wants to advertise a website. Our focus shifts to building the numbers now. That's why we're so excited about streamlining this down to a 5-minute presentation. Okay? You can explain this now to a friend with your smartphone. You're going to pull up your IT app. You're going to say, watch this. Take a picture of their watch. Watch this. I'm going to tag that because I know it's a Movado. I tag the watch. I hit search. I find the watch online, push another button, and returns the cheapest place to buy it online. I press buy. I just bought the watch. I take that same picture. I share it with my friends. If anybody else buys that same Movado watch, I get paid. Presentation over. Now, I know I did that kind of fast, but with a smartphone in your hand and actually going through that process, it's going to be very easy to explain how the IT app works. Now you explain the fact that lives inside of our social space. It's one and the same. Let the thing go viral. As people start using the social space and the IT app in unison, you simply drip some information on them and say, guess what? For $40, you could get paid 9 levels deep in e-commerce and jump into this thing called a matrix where you could, when that thing fills, you could be making over $100,000 a month. I'd be happy with $100,000 a year. I'd be happy with $50,000 a year, but it pays as much as $118,000 a month. You really ought to take a look at this, at getting into this program and earning more in e-commerce and putting yourself in a spot inside of that matrix. You're done. That's a 5-minute overview. I think I just did it in 3. You guys said I couldn't do it. That's our business model. That's our motivation. That's what we're going to go build. That's what we've got so many people are excited about building because it's such an easy thing to explain, such an easy thing to present, especially when you have that mobile app on your smartphone and you're doing this live with a person. You're done in less than 5 minutes.
People are asking about the 1995 package. How does that impact the builders? We've been allowing people to use their associate value and or the 1995.
I do believe that's still in play, Mike. Go ahead, Lawrence.
I just wanted to chime in off the last one, Mike. You gave that presentation in 3 minutes, and I just want to say that was really impressive. However, you made it actually more difficult than it really is.
Okay. What's new?
When you take a picture of that watch, it'll do the search for you. You don't have to hit search. It'll search for you. And when you buy that watch, you don't have to then go share it because as soon as you bought it, it shares it for you automatically too. So there's a couple extra steps that you're in there that you're not going to have to do. Okay, Mike, that was it. Go ahead.
See, it's getting easier to explain already. Mike, sorry, what was that last question?
The 1995 reduced builders package, how is that affected? And the people who have been using their associate value, which will go away as of tomorrow, how can they pay for their builders package?
I believe that goes away, Mike. I think Steve answered that question already. We can rehash that later if you want, but I'm pretty sure that functionality goes away. And think about it, guys. That's the last place. Go collect some aluminum cans on the roadside or something to come up with your $40. The last thing you want to do is move your PSD down. That's like giving away. I don't know. You got a piece of gold and you take a little chip off of it that'll never come back. I don't know anybody that would possibly want to do that. So, Mike, I'm pretty sure that functionality is gone because it was AV and this is PSV. And believe me, you do not want your PSV to go down, and that would affect. I mean, if we left that in place, it would make your PSV go down. The $19.95, I think that will probably stay in play. But remember, the people that are paying the $19.95, you're not earning in the matrix. And we're talking about this matrix blowing up. Just all I can tell you is if you're really paying the $19.95 a month, trying to save that $20 bill, you might find yourself now. I want you guys to listen very closely. When we change the qualifications to one person, personally sponsored, gets you 3 levels deep in the matrix, we went from about 400 people getting paid matrix commissions to 744. It's a big deal. So keep a very close eye on what your matrix is doing. It's going to become very clear with the new back office integration that's coming out. You'll be able to see it much clearer. But I'll tell you, you're missing your matrix commissions if you're only paying that. You don't earn matrix commissions if you're paying that $19.95 a month.
That was a good answer for a different question. The question was the $19.95 qualify them for the elite founders since they're paying the reduced matrix?
Yes.
Short answer. See, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't do it. But yes.
Yes. That's. You're not increasing your AV for the last time. Yeah, I mean,
get 2 or 3. You want 2 or 3 people in the matrix anyway. Let's think about that. If you're going to earn on the
for
bonus,
life, you want to
for
increase
life,
your AV
the lifetime bonus. You need 3 people. You need 3 people in this program. Okay. If you don't have anybody in the program, we're talking about something that doesn't matter anyway. So you need 3 people in the program. Those 3, if you don't have anybody in your first line because you caught no spill, there's $15 you generated by putting 3 people in that are paying $40 a month. 5, 5, and 5, $15. So now we're quabbling over $5. Stop looking at this from the, oh my gosh, I don't think I could do it, and get an attitude with the rest of us. Say, oh my gosh, I'm going to blow this thing up. Go put 4 or 5 people in the matrix all on your own. If you're not catching spill, do it on your own, and you'll be making more in the matrix. Remember, you sponsor 3, you're 9 levels deep in that matrix. You'll far outreach that $40 a month that you're paying on your builder package. Next question.
I'll be able to answer the next question. If I buy advertising right now, will my AV go up? Yes. Is the purchases limited tonight to $10,000? I would say yes.
I don't know how you're going to buy $10,000 tonight, but
well, it'll get stamped with an e-wallet, right? I know their bank's not open, so that's a good one.
Yeah, that'd be a tough one, Mike. Next question.
And several people are asking if I have this much AV or this much PSV, what's my earnings? Guys, this is in flux. How many people join? How much advertising sold? It's a you can't give it a dollar amount. It's
a $1 million question, and
it's going to be prorated too. So
yeah, so
it is prorated, and you got to throw in all the other anomalies. You got a bunch of people.
Is it safe to say over a long period of time it will constantly increase? I would say yes.
That's the way these business models go. Right now we've got 1,800 swowers. We've got, 5,000 or 6,000 people that have supposedly paid their $48. That's what it shows in the system. But only 1,800 of them are swowing on a monthly basis. But when this thing goes to 5,000, then to 10, then to 50, then to 100,000, I don't know.
Look at Pinterest. Look at Snapchat. Look at Instagram. Did their user base grow? Did Facebook grow? Did Twitter grow? Yes. So as ours grow, will we get a bigger bonus? Yeah, that's easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who can make it grow? Us.
We're all in charge. We're all in charge of that. Here we go. Easy explanation. Go viral. That's it.
Well, that's pretty much. They're wanting to know when they will see their PSV in the back office within the next 2 to 3 weeks. You'll have the new back office out, right, Lawrence?
No, yes, new back office will be out in the next couple of weeks. However, the PSV, Steve, you're there. I'm pretty sure programming should have that online very quickly. Do you have an estimate on that, Steve?
That is scheduled for midnight tonight. Hopefully we meet that, but certainly by tomorrow you should see this. And, of course, we're keeping all old records. We'll be able to look at every aspect of accounts that happened previously. So don't worry about that. And you'll be able to see that as well for the time being. New users will not be seeing that information, but that is correct, Lawrence.
And guys, I just want to reiterate what Lawrence was saying. This, I know many of you record this, and you can share it with your downline, your team, but please don't post this on a public link. And you guys who do YouTube know what I mean. You can make it private and send it to your team, or you can make it public and send it to your team. So please make it private if you're going to use it to share with your team. Would that be a fair statement, Lawrence? You don't want this public.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And the functionality that some of you are going to see in your back office, or all of you, sorry, that are going to see in your back office with PSV and the bonuses that are accruing every day and so on and so forth, only you're going to see that. The new distributor that comes on after midnight tonight, they're not going to see that. They're not going to get to see, they're not going to see PSV. They're not even know what that is. And the whole point, a big part of what we're doing here is simplifying the message and not trying to convolute it. And we don't want to make, somebody feel like they missed out either, and they're a day late. So, just make sure to keep this private within your own groups that are all league founders. And, we'll have new marketing material and presentations and videos with the new product and the direction that we're going here this coming week.
I think that's about covered. So you guys got any closing statements?
I've got one. Let me do this, and I'll throw it back to Lawrence and Steve if you guys want to close out. But we don't have the actual specific time of day yet. But Lawrence and Steve and I and Mike Lucas will be in this as well. We want to come back and do this repeatedly over at least the next week. We're going to record one of these that will be in the back office. I've been told that we can do that just for the elite founders, so those will be the only ones that have access to this. But we want to come back and do it live and answer as many questions as we can. So we'll get a schedule put out, advertise just to the elite founders, and let you know when we're going to be doing more of these next week. Because, again, we want to make sure we get all the questions answered.
Do you think we can do one Sunday? Would that be a good day, or Monday, just so they have an idea of when to get their team members on? Monday?
Monday.
Was that Lawrence that said Monday?
Yeah, I thought I heard Sunday.
No, Monday, because I'm pretty sure we're pretty stacked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
What we've done, guys, if you have not been invited to another one of these, Lawrence and I have kind of tapped into a lot of the leaders. So get back with your upline. Get back with the leaders. If your direct upline isn't, part of, really way up there, then skip a couple of levels. But get back to the leaders. We're going to be doing these repeatedly for the leaders, but we kind of want to come out and do public ones as well, public to the elite founders, that is. But check with your upline. They might already have a session scheduled for your group, so check back with them. And then, Mike, realistically, Monday will probably be when we'll start advertising another format exactly like this for everyone.
Well, Monday we have a corporate update call anyway, so nothing special.
Yeah, but we have to be careful of that because remember, Mike, we have a bunch of people out, that are their start date is today. We have a lot of people that are excited about, and we're not going to talk about this on a corporate update call anymore. This is it. Anything we do talking about elite founders, again, will be done just with the elite founders. It will not be part of the corporate update message. It won't.
So how will you, they're asking now, how will you get that message out to the elite group?
We're going to email, folks. You have to check your email. This is a big, sorry, Lawrence, but this is a big issue. This is a business, and we need to be able to communicate with everyone. We encourage you to let everyone that you sponsor, everyone in your downline know they must check their emails. It's the number one way that we communicate with people. But on top of that, we will also have direct notifications that are only for elite members once you log into your back office. So we have the ability to communicate directly with just you.
So guys, understand if you see a link in the back office for an elite founders meeting or webinar or conference call, please do not share that with people. It's going to have to be people are going to have to manage themselves. It'll be up to your team, because if you have new team members and you blast it out to your entire team, the wrong people will be getting that link, and you don't want to create that atmosphere. So please get a hold of your current team and let them know to watch their back office. Would that be the safest way, Steve?
I think that would be good.
What makes you an elite member? Adam? Wow.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Here we go. You are an elite founder. You're an elite founder if you have purchased advertising as an associate. So you're an associate.
You're on the call, Adam.
You purchased advertising, you're an elite founder. If you sold advertising and or purchased advertising and have an associate value, you are an elite founder today, right now, bona fide. You want to earn in the bonus structure on a monthly basis. That's you spend your $40 for your builder package, have 3 frontline personally sponsored people that are spending $40 a month on their builder packages, and slow every day, and you're going to get paid every single month on the bonus. There, was that a nice recap, Mike?
That was pretty sweet, short. That we could have did this a lot easier. There was one here that someone can't see their back office. You need to, I guess, submit a support ticket, get hold of your sponsor. Will the bonuses be paid out in iPayout? But you guys talked about going to a new payout system, so...
Lawrence, I'm going to throw that one back to you because you have the most clarity on that. Can you explain that? Because I think it's pretty darn sweet how the timing of this whole thing came together. And did you really talk about the merchant services in depth?
I did a little bit earlier on the call. We're going to be bringing a new e-wallet in here. Sorry, I'm clearing my throat. I was eating dinner quietly. No time to eat. We've been on calls for 14 hours. But we're going to be bringing in a new e-wallet that's going to be working side by side with the current iPayout. I anticipate that payouts will start going through the new e-wallet system. The current payouts that are in idle at iPayout will stay at iPayout, and iPayout will stay here as long as we have that system in place and those payouts to handle. But as that goes away, everything will gravitate over. So the question, will the bonuses be through iPayout? No, I believe they will be through MXPay, as will the matrix payments and commissions and so on and so forth as we move forward. In fact, iPayout is just going to be there for a short term until we handle all the payouts that we're in the middle of right now, and then it'll be going away and will be just with MXPay. And what's exciting about just the e-wallet we have now, the merchant account we have now, these guys doing super high volume. They deal with some huge companies. They work with people like Priceline and Amazon and so on and so forth. So just as a solution for us for the long term of our product and what I presented here today, just that product alone, is going to have tons of transactions going on. E-commerce, there's going to be refunds going on when a shirt don't fit, so on and so forth. These guys, that's what they do. They already handle that for tons of other commerce clients. They handle point-of-sale systems, so we were really blessed because I don't know how this happened, but I mean, literally, it was just in the last week, we got our merchant accounts, everything just came online that fast. And, we're really excited. In fact, our merchant account came online in like a day and a half, and all they saw was a video that was similar to the one that I just presented here about the product. And when I presented that, we just, it was like 10 minutes, and emailed it over to them. They looked at it and called us back and said, "You're approved." So if that's not exciting, I don't know what is, Mike, please.
Man, Lawrence, seriously, sometimes you look at the challenges of running this business model, and I will tell you, all of the things that we've talked about and what came together this week is pretty amazing. NXPay approved, ready to launch very, very, I don't know, I think you told me early next week. I mean, you got merchant service accounts ready to launch. 2 others to back up merchant services, all U.S. based. And those are big events. Provisional patents filed. Those are huge events. A product in development with pieces of that product coming back to us that you're going to be able to share with us within the next week and a half. We're rolling forward so fast. I couldn't be more excited. Now you take this Elite Founder program that we're launching here tonight and get us down to a nice, clean business model that has the potential to now explode. From Von Tarver to merchant accounts, provisional patent attorney, I'm listening to every single one of them. They're all laughing, saying, you guys are going to go berserk with what you've put together. So thank you, Steve. Thank you, Lawrence, for having the stick-to-itiveness to bring us where we are today. I couldn't be happier. Mike, my energy level's at about a -4. Are we close?
I have energy drink for that problem.
I know. I think my wife.
But I'd like to remind everyone, it is 14 minutes to the hour. So if you got some money in your you're not allocated, or you got some sales balance, or you got some matrix commission, you have 14 minutes to apply it. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So guys, you need to, you know what you need to do. So I think someone just, Deborah, I'm sorry, that's like a 600-word question. That would take the 14 minutes we have to read.
Yeah, and on that note, I will apologize to all those people who posted questions. We got through probably, a couple hundred questions tonight. There's a lot more out there. We're not going to get through them all tonight, folks, but...
Okay, here's Deborah. She's trying to purchase her builder's package. She has a rebate of $169. Deborah, you have to be qualified to use your rebate to purchase your builder's package. I don't know if you have to use your ASV, I guess. I don't know if that's on.
Yeah, I would say that's true, Mike. It looks, Deborah, like you're not in a position to be able to cash out. If you're not, you can't buy your builder package with your rebate. So
money.
I would take that $169 rebate, buy more advertising with it, apply it. It's going to increase your AV, which in turn is going to increase your PSV. So you have to have cash outable.
Last question, Alan, for the evening. Is there a minimum age to having the app? I know this has been asked a lot of times. I think Lawrence can answer this one. There's no minimum age to having it, but there is a minimum age to purchasing on the internet just because of...
Well, I don't know. If I see a 3-year-old using it, I might ask, I might ask for ID.
If I see a 16-year-old using it and they don't have dad's permission, probably going to have a problem.
You must be 18, of course, to be
legally purchased. Yes. So, if they have their parents' permission,
I would hope that our developers are smart enough here, you guys. I've got 3 young children. They all play with their Samsung. One's got a Samsung iPad. The other 2 have Kindles. But they're all playing these games, and pop-ups will come and say, "Hey, do you want to buy this extra guide for $1.99?" And
you still got to have a credit card.
My 4-year-old says yes, and I'm like, "Honey, did you know that our son is over here buying stuff?" She goes, "Mike, you're so silly." It takes them through a loop, and they've got to have the credit card, and it's okay. So it's going to be the same.
So if your 4-year-old is snuck into your wallet, then they're good to go.
It's not even funny, Mike, because I've got an 11-year-old too, and who knows? So no.
Yeah.
So I hope that answers that question. All right, you guys.
11 minutes to go take care of business. So watch for Monday night notice for the, I guess, the top secret classified need to kill you if you share with others notification.
And for all the questions that were left unanswered, we'll pick them up at the next webinar. Thanks, everyone.
Have a good night.
Thank you, Steve.
All right.
Thanks you, Lawrence. Thank you, Mike Lucas.
Thanks, everybody. We look forward to growing into the future with each and every one of you. Have a fantastic night. Thanks for taking the time, and we can't wait to get this product rolled out. Fantastic. See you guys later.
Night.
Good night, everybody.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.